Hello Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is your peek to the week of the 5th to the 11th of August, and we are going to be quite brief with this. We'll get a theme card for the week, what's working in your favour, the challenge, the outcome, and some advice from the Moonology card. So let us have a look. We're going to use a Sacred Destiny deck. I will lay them all out before I go through them all, just to save you time and me time. Okay, so we're looking at 5th to the 11th of August for Taurus, and I'm Taurus, which you probably know. Oh, we've got two cards that have come up. We have Courage and Adventures. Okay, so the theme for the week is stepping out of your your comfort zone, because ventures are about to unfold. Now, as we know with adventures, it is, you think of like the Indiana Jones, and there's always a bit of turmoil to go through in order to have a sweeter victory at the end. So if we can take the courage this week from the 5th to the 11th of August, we will be experiencing far greater our potential than we had anticipated. It's about taking that leap of faith. Okay, so let's see how that's playing out. I'm using the Gilded deck for the Cross of Truth, and we'll clarify with the Rider-Waite. And I'll lay it all out before I go through it all with you, as I've said before. Okay, 3 of Cups wanted to jump out there, so maybe there's reason to celebrate. People coming together, joining in, but I'm not taking jumpers. I am going to cut the deck. Oh, the Lovers wants to also come out. Hello, Taurus. Okay. Oh, cards are very bouncy. Okay, Taurus, let's see. Cross of Truth, please. Thank you. Okay, current energy, we've got the 6 of Swords, Desire, 4 of Pentacles, Favor, High Priestess, Challenge, 5 of Pentacles, and the outcome is a Hermit. Okay, let us see how this is playing out for you. We're going to clarify quickly. Okay, wait in a sec. Okay, under the 6 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles, High Priestess. High Priestess has come up twice now. Okay, we'll talk through that in a minute. Under the High Priestess, we've got the 2 of Pentacles. Under the 5 of Pentacles, we have Justice. And under the Hermit, we have the 2 of Swords. Okay, so quite an interesting week for us, guys. 6 of Swords with the 4 of Pentacles is basically where you start the week, okay? You feel like you're on a bit of a safer passage with regards to your mindset. I hope you can see this, because I've got a bit of a delay, and sometimes it takes some time. Okay, so the 6 of Swords is basically moving on to calmer waters. It's where your mind has been a little bit disrupted, and you've made a decision to move beyond that paradigm, to move beyond that mental aspect, and you're now ready, solidly ready to receive that 4th cup that's coming in from the heavens over there, okay? So you're no longer putting up with the status quo and just trying not to rock the boat. You are ready to rock the boat, because you know that if you rock the boat a little bit, you can get what it is you desire. Now, the desire essentially is kind of like, we've got 2 things that are going on. We've got the 4 of Pentacles with the High Priestess, okay? Now, the High Priestess, as we know, is often to do with secrets being revealed, intuition, seeing beyond the veil, and you have this desire to save, save, save. You have this desire to, in terms of finances, you are wanting to find ways to manage your finances better, get the best for your buck, okay? And to create a bit of a safe stronghold for yourself. Now, with the High Priestess there, on a spiritual aspect, you may be dealing with a lot of kind of intuitive hits and a lot of activations which are happening at present. It's causing everyone to feel a little bit kind of wibbly wobbly, right? And the High Priestess basically is saying that you're trying to kind of keep things together, keep things to yourself as you go through these kind of shifts. Now, there may be things that you might be experiencing, some paranormal experiences or some weird physical symptoms, but you're kind of keeping it to yourself. You're kind of going, okay, let me just deal with this and allow this to come in. You may also be picking up on intuitive hits that are kind of aspected to your finances and how to manage your money or put a little bit aside. Gold and silver is always the best investments. Cryptocurrency is a bit like meh, a bit iffy, although Bitcoin is quite, quite strong in terms of not being able to be hackable, so they say, right? But you really are looking after your pentacles and you're trusting your intuition to do so, and that's a good thing, because what's happening in your favor this week is the High Priestess with the Two of Pentacles, okay? So this is what the strongest energy that's helping you this week. The High Priestess is suspended between the physical and the spiritual realm, okay? And the High Priestess only answers a question if you ask a deliberate question, okay? So she's not going to just give the information. She's going to give you little nudges. And again, it's to do with how you manage your finances, okay? How you manage, how you juggle your workload, how you're starting to recognize with this what's working in your favor. You're starting to recognize what works more in your favor in terms of your managing your energy levels, managing your finances, finding that equal balance so that you can be in that suspended space, okay, between the physical and the spiritual. Now we are like moving into that sort of 4D to 5D, and it's really, really important that we're in this huge shift, this huge transition, okay? And part of the difficulty with that is dealing with the polarity, the duality in life, the light versus dark, but also equally having your feet on terra firma, on the ground, being grounded in nature, but also being connected to the cosmos. So it's this weird kind of balancing act that you are managing really, really well this week. Okay. Now, in the challenge side of things, you might be feeling that things are unjust. We've got the Five of Pentacles with the Justice card here, okay? So for some of you, you might be dealing with money concerns, which is why you are wanting to look after your finances. That doesn't seem to be fair for you. It doesn't feel fair to you. So you're looking at ways, and it's a challenge. So you're trying to find balance between it. Now, the Justice card, she's normally with the Gilded deck. She's blindfolded and she sees blind truth, basically. And it's all about finding the middle ground, the balance. And you've got a lot of that kind of energy here. You are navigating the way of how, when you feel a little bit left out in the cold, when you feel a little bit strapped for cash, when you feel like you haven't been recognized, you're finding ways. It's a challenge to find ways to get the middle ground of that and understand it from multiple perspectives. Now, for some of you, there may be some dealings with some financial authorities that are causing a little bit of a strain. But remember, this is only a challenge. Challenges are the excitement of life, really, of how we get over those obstacles. So it's going to be a bit of a balancing act. This week is a balancing act for you, okay? Now, the outcome, we've got the Hermit with the Two of Swords. So by the end of the week, you're really doing a bit more soul searching. You're going back into your shell. We have that kind of twice with you kind of keeping things to yourself and the Hermit doing that soul searching. So it's definitely a theme for the week, right? The balance and the kind of going into your cave. And because there's a decision that needs to be made. And as we know with the universe, not making a decision is also classified as a decision. So you might as well make the decision that makes you feel more in your heart space, okay? And more connected to your divine path. Now, your divine path, sometimes we don't know what that is. Sometimes we're working it as we go along. The Hermit always reminds me of the movie The Secret, where at one point they say, that life is like kind of driving a car at night, and you can only see what the headlights are showing you in your immediate surroundings. You cannot see the whole environment, and that's what you're trying to figure out now. You can't always see what the future holds. I mean, I do tarot, but it's nothing is ever set in stone. These are just the energies which are malleable. We can move them and use them to our benefit, right? It's not a foregone conclusion. So working with what we've got now in our immediate distance, our immediate parameters, where you're feeling good, where you're feeling safe, where you're feeling kind of connected to your divine path, as dark as it may look on the outside, okay? These are the things you're trying to manage, and within that, there's a choice that needs to be made. But the choice can also incorporate both. And this is often kind of overlooked with the Two of Swords. Often the Two of Swords says, oh, it has to be this one or it has to be that one, okay? Because they're two direct opposite paths. Again, duality, the balancing act, right? And it's kind of difficult because we think, well, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, you know, that kind of vicious circle. But often there is a case to blend the two in, so both actually compromise into creating a third party solution, the Trinity, right? Instead of the duality that we're balancing between, can we find the Trinity, that third point, that neutral standpoint that bends and kind of balances between the two, which might be a win-win. So I think that's what you're really taking the courage to do this week. And the adventure is, okay, the minute I feel like, oh, I'm down, what can I do to bring myself back up to balance? When I feel that financially, oh, you know, what does a long term look like? Well, no, forget about that. That's not serving you right now. Just look at your immediate surroundings, and as far as the headlights show the light, okay? Because we are maneuvering through this energy. We're not supposed to know what's coming up in 6 months or 10 years time. There's a general trajectory, but how we get there is of our own choosing. Might as well choose the nicest route, right? The softest route. So a balancing act, very, very strong on your intuition this week. So use that to your benefit. We'll end this reading with a Moonology card for some advice. Now, the Moonology card, sometimes it can be quite harsh, but we'll see what it says. Oh, there we go. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Okay, so even if you feel, I know that last week you had the patience card as your theme. Now, even though you feel like things are not quite getting to the places that you want to get, it's because it's gaining speed, it's gaining momentum. And as the more balanced and the more kind of flexible that you can be between the polarities and the dualities of, like, yes, I feel fully abundant, now I feel lack mentality. You know, what do I do with my physical environment? But now I need to connect to my spiritual environment. You know, that sort of thing. The more we kind of shift between that and we move between that midpoint, that neutral point, it actually vibrates stronger, it gains momentum, and we start to see the results more. Okay, so even if you're not seeing it immediately in your surroundings, you're going to be picking up on a lot of energies. So work with that this week. It might be very, very helpful for you. So that's what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. Of course, totally free to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't seen this channel before, welcome. Hello, my name is Robyn. And if you're interested in a personal reading or a personal channeling, check out my website, robynstain.com. Information is in the description box below. Have a beautiful week. Take care. Bye.